right, baby. It's direct from the beautiful Inland Blue Studios. Honey, this is the Nerdlife Crisis podcast with your host, that fine-ass Chris Thayer, that beautiful Steve Hale, and that big hunker chunk of meat, Ron Milts. Woo! Mama's hot up in here. Let's get this party started.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerdlife Crisis podcast. Here with your host today,
Chris Thayer,
Steve Hale,
Mike Eastman,
and I'm Ron Milts. Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy holidays, or Festivus.
Hey, today, happy Kwanzaa. Today is the first day of Kwanzaa.
Is it actually the first day of Kwanzaa?
I saw that on the calendar.
Or
He's in a blues band. He knows.
Yeah,
or Yule.
Or Solstice.
Yeah,
or I got a Yule log.
I was out celebrating Saturnalia today by getting slammed and demanding the mayor of the town give us money. It was, in the traditional Saturnalia way that one does. So after reading articles about that, hey, so everybody have a good Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Good times.
Can't complain.
Yeah. Whole month. Even though I was sick almost all of December, sacked it up and we were ho the whole time.
Nice.
So, yeah.
The boys get anything good or?
Yeah, you're just typical guns and Legos and all that
literally
stuff, dude,
Yeah, that's my house too. It was dart guns, Legos, and a baseball bat.
Yeah.
So he's
loving them dart guns.
He's got the Clockwork Orange starter kit. So he's ready to go,
Yeah.
I got him this really bitchin' Han Solo blaster. Bitchin' in the fact that it shoots darts and pew-pews at the same time.
Yeah.
Not in the way it looks, because it looks like a giant orange dildo. But
it's
functional.
It's pretty oversized.
a little bit. It's like if Han Solo was like Andre the Giant size, it might be scale. But yeah. But he loves it. I had a great time shooting him with it. We had a giant Nerf war Christmas morning that went on for like an hour.
Nice.
Because his aunt and I both got him extra Nerf darts as part of the Christmas season.
Right.
So we had to stop though because we realized we had shot him in the face too many times at that point, and he had about 7 red pockmarks on his face. And we're like, well, the grandparents are coming later, so maybe we shouldn't look like we've been burning him with cigarettes. I
just feel like there's a moment from Christmas Story like ready to happen right here.
Oh no,
I'm shooting his eye out.
Well, if we're gonna go right to there, let's just go right to there because I was
Okay.
gonna save it for dumb shit for later. But this mook gets the gun, and from the day he gets it, he's looking down the barrel, and I go, son, you can't look down the barrel. You're gonna shoot yourself in the eye.
Yep.
And what is that little butt, that little ass like 24 hours after Christmas? This afternoon, he's sitting there and he's all, no, but he shoots himself and he goes, and he falls to the ground, and as he's falling, he's all, I'm all right. And then he hits the floor. And I come over, and dude, his eye was all swollen. I'm like, remember when I said don't look down the barrel? And he's like, yeah, I'm all, this is why. This is exactly the reason why.
Yeah, I got a. So I'm sitting there, and one of the boys took that Nerf pistol and pointed it right to the side of my head and pulled the trigger. And I said, "What the are you doing?" And he just looked me straight in the eye and goes, "That's what Deadpool would do." And I was like,
whoa.
Can't
argue with that.
That's my fault.
That
That was me.
bad.
So I did pick up the boys their first comic books
Nice.
for Christmas this year.
All right, what'd you get?
Star
Wars.
No, actually, I did some Avengers and whatnot for Vince.
Mm-hmm.
And for Victor, the one who pulled the trigger on me, I did get him his first Deadpool comic. And
that's what one does for a 6-year-old, right?
Yeah. It's like, let's just get right into it.
Hey, we love to talk about how like our Deadpool is. It's really not. If you look at the books, it's not
different.
nearly as R as we think it is.
Well, I think Ryan Reynolds adds a bit to it.
Yes.
So, like his potty mouth, as
It's
it
the
were.
language.
Yeah,
More
more
than
than
the violence.
Yeah.
But there isn't a lot of language in the Deadpool like you
In the
would
comics,
think.
no.
Yeah. No, I mean the violence is there.
I sat down and watched Logan with the boys the other night.
That's a great one too.
Uncut.
Did you have to explain it to him, or
Not at all. Not at all. They were way into it. They're like, ooh, stabbed him right in the head.
Well, when we were we went to our friend's house because we do Christmas Eve together with all the kids, and I come around the corner and they're all playing Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
And my son's like, he's all, ooh, and then he like ripped the guy's heart out, and he's all, look, Dad, I won, and I'm all, good job, buddy. Don't tell your mom.
Fatality. Win.
So, but yeah, so Chris, how'd it go at your house with all the women?
I mean, it's fine. we tend to get the girls like the essentials. We get like a care package. Basically, it's like deodorant and toothpaste and shit like that.
You're like,
because
Merry
they're
Christmas,
freaking
Stinky.
gross.
Fucking right.
But I had the brilliant idea of throwing in something to make it a little more personal. And for the older girls, we threw in some pregnancy tests and maybe some condoms and make it a little more practical this year.
How did that go?
They were like, "Dang, dick move, dude." I'm like,
Oh, you know what'd been fucking
keeping
funny,
it
though,
real.
dude? One of them held up the condoms and goes, "What's this? Where's the magnums?"
That's funny. But can you figure out which one of them said, "Are these ribbed?"
That would be Darian.
Yes, it would.
Absolutely Darian. She's like,
She's like,
for my
they
pleasure.
are.
For my pleasure.
Yeah, it's all about her.
Are these pre-lubed, Dad?
It was, and then of course, Carrie buys them like underwear and stuff. And I'm like, God damn, no, do not buy that shit. Like Hanes. That's what you buy them. Hanes.
Spider-Man underoos.
I don't want to like Victoria's Secret shit come out of those packages. I don't want that. It was just, I know. I just
pretty girl underwear.
We
so
got-
I just kind of sat there and sulked.
We
the
got
whole
our
time.
daughter, like, all the witches are going to see some sort of orchestra in San Diego where they're doing Harry Potter.
Okay.
I can't remember which one. Maybe Goblet of Fire.
Okay.
I don't know. They're all going to get dressed up in their robes and all that shit. Get an Airbnb, go out to dinner, all that crap. But then I went out and got her a baby Christmas onesie, and I was like, I want to see a baby in this thing by next Christmas. Where's my grandbaby?
I don't want to hear Grandpa anytime soon. I just don't.
I hear it all the time.
I just didn't want
Oh, wow.
I just didn't want Grandpa like when she was 16.
Right.
Well, she's 27 now. So it's
Yeah,
like,
I'm not ready yet.
I'm ready.
Let me hit like 60, then we can do Grandpa.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Michael, how about you? How'd your Christmas go?
I had a birthday and Christmas in the same week.
Wait, your birthday was last week?
No, Emerald.
Oh, you're the girlfriend.
the girlfriend.
Yes.
So I got to spend Sunday night at her house, or no, Saturday night at her house with the family.
No tickle time.
No tickle time. And then I was back there again Monday night for Christmas Eve,
Nice. A lot of tamales, right?
and then back Tuesday morning for Christmas Day. So I've been seeing a lot of the family.
And you're good, is what you're saying? Like you've had a wonderful time?
I grew up, it was me, my mom, and my dad, and then my mom died, so it was just me and my dad. Like that was family, and so the idea of like having like a house full of family is just claustrophobic to me.
Yeah, my parents had 34 people over for Christmas.
Christmas?
Yeah. 34 people.
That's too much.
Dude, that's like more than a baseball game happening at their house. Like, what the hell? Yeah, it was a lot of people.
I mean, we had a great time. Here it was...
Oh, I saw the pictures of you wearing the shirt that basically says hell on it.
my perdition shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like nothing.
He's wearing...
She told me specifically, like, you cannot wear a Nerdlife Crisis t-shirt for Christmas. And I said, that's fine. I wasn't planning on it. And then we have this argument about this purple shirt that I own because she swears I wear it at every event
Oh, it's
all
like
the
a
time.
button-up shirt or what?
Yeah. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I literally have kept track this year because you give me shit about it all the time. I go, I've worn it 5 times in a calendar year. Like, that's... And she's like, well, that's a lot. And I'm like, well, I'm not you. I don't have like, I didn't take over your closet so I can hang up all my clothes, you know, which just so you know, she did. I got evicted from the closet in our room. But yeah, so I picked out the one shirt that wasn't, you know, like it was still funny.
It says perdition on it for Christmas.
Well,
Like, that's something this guy would do.
I was wearing a Slayer shirt yesterday.
It's exactly what I'm saying.
See, I can't get away with the Slayer shirt.
But Christmas Eve, I wore a shirt with the actual buttons and a collar.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw you in that.
Yeah, so, I still wore jeans and red Converse to go with it, but, tied the whole thing together.
My aunt has a party every year, and it was a little early this year. But of course, it became, we're going to have an ugly sweater party because now I got to go out and buy 5 freaking ugly sweaters.
Yeah.
Because I still got, kids coming out the wazoo. And of course, you have to go to Walmart because you don't want to spend $50 on a stupid ugly
They
piece of shit
got
sweater.
that cornered,
right?
dude. Yeah,
I
was
felt
like,
like,
wow,
I felt like I had been had.
Yeah.
Like that, I got duped into buying these stupid sweaters. And I somewhere along the road, like we just bought little goofy sweaters, and like all the old people, they thought it was let's do perverse sweaters. So it was like nasty shit all over their sweaters, and look at my kitty, and they're like, oh fuck, mom.
Oh, you think,
hell?
you think that's fucking bad? The last one that I went to was my wife when she was still doing hair. It was her salon's party. Now this salon was a 50-50. It was 50% young ladies and 50% older ladies who've been doing it for 50 years.
Right.
So we're at this party, and I'm one of the very few men at this party too. And I'm sitting around with these ladies, and having a laugh and stuff, and we start talking about movies and whatnot. And one of them starts talking about Twilight, and one of them starts saying, "Well, I saw that one that turns into the werewolf, and oh my, I had to go get my vibrator." I was stunned, man. I mean, this lady was as old as my grandmother talking about getting her vibrator, dude. I was like, baby, can we leave now?
It was, needless to say, it's been a traumatic week or two for me. I've just heard and seen way too many things that are
Chris finally found out where babies came from.
Yeah, it's been rough, dude. It's like just people that I don't want to think about doing those things.
Let's get it on.
Yeah, no.
So I gotta give you a quick Tesla update as we transition.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Tesla news.
Tesla news.
Did a
Tesla
truck
news.
park in your space?
No, that's bullshit. By the way, like that's
totally-
clickbait of all fucking clickbait. But
So stupid.
so Tesla sent out an update. And they for years have had a Santa mode in the car. So at Christmas time, you can go to Santa mode and it plays Christmas music. And then every time you turn the blinker on, it does jingle bell chimes. So it's Santa mode. So they set out this week. They sent out 2 updates, and the first one was a emissions test mode, which was literally they built a whoopee cushion into the car. So you can decide which speaker you want the fart noise to come out of.
That's rad.
And so Ronald and Andrew and I discovered it, and then we laughed uncontrollably for like an hour making fart noises as we were driving around, come out of all parts of the car. And I was like, don't tell your mom, all right? We're going to like trick your mom when we get in the car. So she got in the car after we picked her up from her nail appointment, and I was like, hey, what'd you do for lunch today? And she goes, oh, I just, we had a salad. And I'm like, oh, you didn't have beans? Are you sure? And she's like, no. And it's all, the car immediately goes, and I was like, oh, Elena. And he's all, Mom. And she's like, wait, that wasn't me. And it's all. So it has 8 different farts you can do from. So
That's awesome.
And it was like the funniest half-hour drive we've ever had. Because she'd be like, are you guys done? We're like, we're done. So, and then for some reason they put a fireplace mode in the car. So the screen does like the Christmas fire, but then Marvin Gaye kicks on doing Let's Get It On. The manufacturers of this car have a fantastic sense of humor.
Sounds
So,
like it.
but that's new in the world of Tesla. So Tesla update. So, all right. So let's get to some nerd stuff.
More
here.
than just a car.
Digital whoopee cushion. Let's talk. Let's open up with Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse, because I know 3/4 of the table have seen it so far. So Steve hasn't seen it.
I have not seen it.
So spoiler alert, all of you listeners, because we're definitely going to talk about it. So Chris, Mike, and I have seen it. Mike, I'll start with you. What'd you think?
I thought it was freaking amazing. Like one of the best Spider-Man movies ever. I mean, and I love the Sam Raimi movies, but it's a great, great, great film. So colorful. I've not seen a movie that looks like that in a long, long time.
Like the animation was a lot of
It
fun.
was just gorgeous.
Oh, it was so on point.
And they did. There was a lot of these like framed moments where it was like, you remember when Ang Lee, the Hulk, tried to do like straight out of panels, like in his movie, with like the cuts,
transitions and all that.
But they did it in this, and it worked. Like the little spider lines coming in, like when his spider sense was tingling, and like
little captions and whatnot.
yeah, like every like all these moments that you were like, dude, this is.
It's a comic book come to life.
Yes, like completely. It was like a motion comic book, So what else? What'd you think of the story?
I liked it. I liked all the different variants on Spider-Man because I'm not familiar with all those different universes of Spider-Man. So
Sure.
it was fun.
Peter Porker, though, is
I like seeing Kingpin
That's
kick
old
ass.
school.
right,
No, really.
right.
I could have done without the Porker, dude.
Dude, Peter
That's like
Porker.
one of
John
the
Mulaney.
originals,
That's like
dude,
the
from back in the
60s
day,
and the
man.
70s,
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
How are you gonna hate on Peter Porker?
He's Spider-Ham.
It was dumb, dude.
Oh my god!
I could have done without that.
You got no fucking sense of humor.
Nah,
no sense
it was
of,
like whatever.
whimsy. Like you're just an old crotchety man.
No, man, I loved everything else. And it didn't like bother me per se, but it just I was like I could have done without that.
Well, how about Aunt May being like a super spy badass?
Loved that shit. Don't get me wrong.
It was alternate
I loved
universe Aunt May, so it
everything else about the film, except for the fact that it looked like it was a 3D movie. Like, I swear to God, I sat there for the entire time looking at the backgrounds going, I think we're supposed to have 3D glasses.
And it wouldn't surprise me if Chris walked into a 3D movie, watched the whole thing, and then was like, was that a 3D movie?
Well, we did walk into the wrong theater, and we watched the last minute and a half and saw how it ended. And then we went, we're not late. We're early on that one. So,
Oh, shit.
So then we
Whoops.
left, and I mean,
Did you get the post-credits minute and a half?
no. As soon
Which
as we
was
saw
like-
it directed by, we're like, oh, shit.
Which was my favorite post-credits
Right.
sequence. And so it doesn't spoil anything, but they did the post-credit sequence. The one Spider-Man they hadn't really touched on was Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah.
And so it was like the future Spider-Man. He goes, I could go back in time. I could save the day. Da-da-da-da. And he goes back in time, and he ends up in the fucking
Animated
70s cartoon where it's like the bad animation. And he
Oh,
goes,
fuck.
why are you pointing your arm at me? I'm not pointing at you. You're pointing at me. Stop
pointed
pointing at-
first.
You pointed first. And it was like...
Who pointed first? And J. Jonah was like, Spider-Man pointed first.
I remember when those 2099 comics came out. They did that one. They do a couple others. I think they did a Punisher.
They did. It was...
It was back in the 90s when they first started that stuff.
Then when it was like super in the future, all the
Yeah.
super future characters. But for me, I mean, one of the reasons it worked so well for me, dude, it was Lord and Miller. It was the Lego Movie guys. It was
Guys who should have done Solo.
I'm the more I see of their stuff, the more I'm like, I get why they were like, this doesn't work for a Star Wars film, because I could just see all the sort of non sequiturs and all their little bullshit that they sprinkle into movies.
There was a lot.
There absolutely,
a whole
but in a
lot.
Spider-Man movie, it works perfectly.
Oh, it
'cause
works
it's
great.
within character. But like
Especially in this kind of a Spider-Man movie.
well, and my absolute favorite one was when you finally figure out that their universe, like the way it's set up is Spider-Man is fighting against Kingpin, and the Kingpin animation, I was like,
that was a little janky.
it was a little. That was the only one that I was like, why is he a giant block? Like,
Yeah.
I liked him. Like, I didn't like Green Goblin being that big, but
well, because I mean, it wasn't the traditional Green Goblin. It was almost like the Ultimate's Green Goblin.
Yeah.
So.
Well, fucking Kingpin was pretty blocky back in the day.
he's huge.
no,
he
dude,
is.
he
But he literally had like this head that hunched down below his shoulders.
His shoulders were like this high.
Right.
it was pretty dumb.
I loved it.
Everything
fine.
else looked fairly
It was
realistic.
very stylistic.
But
So-
yeah, it was pretty janky. When I first saw it, I'm like, man, if my wife were here, she would go, this is stupid.
But it's funny because we've been watching sort of the Vincent D'Onofrio
Right.
Kingpin, so it's like he's like got this thing going on where he's and this one is the very sort of like he's got that that little bit of a Brooklyn accent, and he's like
mob
kill
thing.
fucking Spider-Man, and you're like, oh, it's
And
like,
then he does.
and then he does kill Spider-Man, yeah.
I don't know many of the characters from this. Actually, I don't know any of them, but I would like to thank him for coming up with Spider-Gwen, because it gave all these smoking hot cosplay chicks a reason to fill those bodysuits and fill them. They do.
That is one of the better cosplays.
I gotta tell you, man, I've seen some Spider-Gwens, man. Jesus Christ.
Well, I am looking forward to all the
I
Spider-Man
can't wait
noirs.
for
But
Spider-Man.
don't be fooled. There's some airbrushing
Oh yeah,
underneath
for sure.
things
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
them look like they stick up a little, more.
I really don't care.
On those
like,
suits?
it all
Oh, yeah.
looks great. So, but my absolute favorite bit, like was the Spider-Man noir. So he's like all black and white, from the 1940s, and
In a fedora.
in a fedora. But he's literally at one point picks up a Rubik's cube, and they're like, it's like this quick flash, and then he goes, "So is this one purple?" And they're like, "No." And he goes, "I don't understand this thing." So, but it's Nicolas Cage doing the voice, and it's
Oh.
fantastic. Like, there's so many nice little moments in the movie.
You can't lose with Nicolas Cage.
No,
Well, and they bring over the other dimensions, Peter Parker, and he's like this.
Schlub.
He's lost the girl, and he's put on a bunch of weight, and he's shitty, and it's like Nick from New Girl.
and
I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No.
They've got this
Oh.
great framing device where it's like, I'm Spider-Man.
For the last time.
Yeah, no, for the last time. I've been the only Spider-Man for 16 years. And then it like literally does the flashback of the Sam Raimi trilogy. And he goes, and I got the girl and I saved the day. And it's like him holding up the thing. And it's like, and this happened. And it's like the dancing moment from Spider-Man 3. He goes, yeah, we don't really talk about this much, but it happened. And then from there on, it's like they keep using that as a framing device for every new Spider person they introduce.
Right.
Because you get the Spider-Gwen, which is like,
Yeah.
and you get her origin, and you get old Peter, and it's like, I love that he was Jewish.
Right.
Dude, it's like, I got married, and there's like the perfect moment of the glass and the towel, and they're like smashing it. It's like, ah! Yeah, it just the whole movie itself, and it's framed around Kingpin and the alternate Doc Ock, the Ultimates Doc Ock, the female one, and then the Doc Ock's daughter is what it is, and then they're all trying to essentially like stop Kingpin from opening a porthole so he can bring his family back that got killed, and in doing so they go on this fucking great adventure, and Miles Morales like discovers how to be Spider-Man.
I
essentially
did not think it was possible, but he is more likable than Tom Holland was.
As in that movie, I would agree with that.
He was great because he was such an underdog. Like
Yeah.
he didn't learn his powers until like the last like quarter of the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
It was. I just, but instantly liked him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
liked his personality.
And I don't know what the hell the anime girl Spider-Man was,
was so
but
whack,
that was
dude.
so whack.
Like
Like,
the spirit of her father in the spider was in the machine.
it was some like I am not familiar with this spider person, but
yeah, you have all this like consistent style, and then all of a sudden this weird like anime person in there. It's like, what the?
With her spider fighting robot.
well, and then Peter Porker had his own style as well.
Yeah, which I could have done without.
Oh, it was so great
Dropped
though.
an anvil on people.
Dude, he literally dropped an anvil on a bad guy. Now, some of the alternate bad guys, like the Scorpion, looked dope.
Yeah,
Like that design
right.
was cool. And then was it Shocker? That was his uncle.
was he Shocker?
Was it Shocker or
I thought it was
Chameleon?
Prowler or something.
Prowler. There we go. It's Prowler.
Remember the Shocker fucking animation from the original?
Yes.
God damn, that was like the worst.
But some of the designs are like the Green Goblin design. Like I liked it. It was like he had like morphed into a giant sort of demon, and he was a giant goblin demon that Peter was like Spider-Man was fighting with. So it immediately you start going, something's off about these characters. These are not the characters I remember. And then they drop that like it's an alternate universe, and you're like, I get it now. So and I don't know, just the movie as a whole for me was so fun. Like my kid loved it. Like he was like, "Oh, Dad, this is great." Even my wife liked it, and she went in kicking and screaming. She's like, I don't want to watch this." And I'm all, "Well, just go. I'm buying your ticket. Just shut up and sit and watch." And halfway through the movie, she goes, "This is great. I really like this."
Yeah, I bought my wife a ticket, and she suddenly started to not feel well when it was time to go. She was fine asking for Bakers when we got out, but suddenly, it's time to go. I don't feel well.
Well, this movie's been like the little movie that could too.
Yeah.
Where like people haven't expected it to do that well, but it's like it's stuck around, and people have been loving it. So I'm like, hats off to Sony.
Well, I'm okay. So with that in mind, Chris, before I move on to the Venom, do you have anything you want to say about the Spider-Man?
I can't believe I'm saying it, but I think it's probably my second favorite Marvel movie, including the live action stuff. But the only one I could say would be better would be First Avenger,
I mean, for me, it's like
Captain America.
it was a great Marvel film. For me, it was like, I think it was, if not my favorite, it was like my second favorite of all the Spider-Man films. Like Spider-Man 2, the Doc Ock one is still my absolute favorite.
Yeah, I love that one.
That one is like,
It's good, but
I mean, it's showing its age now, but
Yeah.
it's still a great film.
and it's like all the Sam Raimi touches are completely in it. And then I really liked the last Tom Holland one as well. Like I loved that whole high school stuff.
Yeah.
Neither like the two Amazing Spider-Man movies are. They're
terrible.
Watchably bad for me. But I really enjoyed the shit out of this one. But the reason I bring that like the transition into Venom up is because Sony's sort of like enacting their Marvel game finally, where they're like, well, we have Spider-Man, it's the one property we have, and they have this whole, we're gonna bring Spider-Man, like our own Spiderverse that they've been trying to do since the Amazing Spider-Man. And I finally saw Venom. So I missed it when it came through the theaters just because of work. But I was intrigued because it wasn't terrible. Like I think the reviews were unkind.
Yeah.
It definitely felt like an older superhero movie. Like it didn't have like all the newfangled like quips and stuff that like maybe the Guardians or some shit like that would have. But it was a Frankenstein movie. Like when I got done watching it, my only complaint was it took too long to get to Venom. And then when we did, I felt that there was the transition like to the end happened way too fast. But it was super successful, and now you have Sony that drops this other one that's now very successful.
Why was it successful?
Because it did fucking gangbusters in China.
That's exactly right.
It did pretty well out here
And
too.
same
though.
thing with fucking Aquaman. I was reading that they were really disappointed with the domestic box office on Aquaman. it's just now starting to get some momentum.
People are wary of DC right now.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's like
freaking
prove it
terrible.
mode because nobody in this room has seen Aquaman yet.
Right.
And I want to see it, and I tried to today, but got dragged into Merry Poppins instead, which was
You
delightful.
keep saying that, but I'm not buying it.
It
dude.
was really good, actually. I'm not going to lie. Like, I really enjoyed the shit out of it.
I know
so.
you told them all you were going to see the other one, and you switched up on them and took them to Merry Poppins.
They were all, what? This is
All these tickets are for the wrong movie.
Oh, no. Well, it's too late. We may as well watch it.
We got to the theater, and the Aquaman showing at 3 o'clock only had 3 seats left in the front row. And I'm like, I'm not sitting in the front row.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you buy them ahead of time? Are you still trying to rock the movie pass or what?
No.
Jesus Christ.
Are we going to go back to that again?
I'm just asking. That's an odd thing. I buy 'em
Because
ahead of
I
time.
don't like to pay $4 extra to buy my tickets online. I want to buy them at the theater, like the old school days.
Well, apparently you can't see your movie then.
No, but
You
I
get
did.
Mary Poppins.
Look, once again, if you haven't seen Mary Poppins, it was a lot of fun. So go, enjoy, have a good time.
I'm fucking sitting that one out.
Yeah. You can keep your spoonful of sugar.
The
I'm
wife
good.
was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go." So yeah,
It's got dicks and dykes in it. And vans.
Oh, wow.
You're not in on Mary Poppins, Steve?
nah, it's
But you love Emily Blunt.
yeah, but
Trailer's enough. It gets the job done.
yeah. I'll just wait for the edited version or like the naughty version.
The
Porno
Pornhub
version.
reach.
Is
Yeah,
that-
like wait a minute.
Mary Poppins comes again.
Which
Is
one,
that what
which one did I fucking download? I think I downloaded the wrong one.
Well, I will say that, but first off, the Mary Poppins go. It's freaking delightful. But I will say this: have you seen the first Mary Poppins?
Of course.
Well, then you've seen the new Mary Poppins because it's a Force Awakens. It's the Force Awakens,
Right.
Where they were like, "We're gonna do a sequel that's a remake, but still the sequel," and you're like. But literally, I got to the third reel and I was like, "Are we blowing up the Death Star?" It really feels like we're blowing up the Death Star in Mary
Right,
Poppins
right.
Returns.
But it's slightly different.
But it is a little different. But no, but the music was fun. The dancing was great. But back to Venom. I mean, Venom, I mean, it didn't bomb here. It made $215 million, like
Here
domestic.
or wow.
It made almost $1 billion worldwide. So even in the United States, it was like, I mean, it made almost as much as Solo did. You know, it made almost as much as Mission Impossible. Like it did well. It didn't do like Deadpool 1 money, but you know,
They weren't expecting it to.
they
Deadpool
weren't.
2 didn't do Deadpool 1 money.
But look-
well, it's going to when it finishes up this holiday.
Well, the Once Upon a Deadpool, I think
It kind of died on the vine.
yeah, like it.
Really?
Yeah, no one was there.
People are like, "Oh, pay more money to go see the same." Okay, no.
Most people are gonna do like I'm gonna do, which I'm just gonna wait for it to come out. And
I
then
don't
I'll
know,
watch
dude.
it
I
on digital.
might go.
It's gone. It's already
It's
gone.
gone?
It was only
Yeah.
in theaters for 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
It's
then
a crowded holiday season too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Man, that bums me out. I wanted to go.
Well, you're one of like 9 people, so
Well, I liked all the Fred Savage stuff. You know,
I'm sure it'll be great.
I'm sure that's a good 10 minutes of the movie.
the whole Nickelback thing was hilarious.
And you've seen it.
I have seen it. We
is
just
all-
watched that last night, actually.
You watched Nickelback last night?
Yeah, we did.
And Chris is like, "This is how you remind me." Although I will say that
Are you fucking serious?
What? No, I don't watch Nickelback. I almost said Nippleback.
he had
So you did that on Christmas?
he had Nickelback in concert playing on the Yule log, and it was like,
No, when we got home, we looking for something to watch. There was nothing, so it was like, oh well, Deadpool, put that on.
Gotta watch the Christmas Chronicles.
Dude,
how
how
is that?
I fucking loved it, dude.
we still haven't watched it.
Listen,
dude.
man, it's got Kurt fucking Russell in it, dude. I'm in. He's fucking cool. I loved it.
No, we watched like half of it, and I think we never finished it. So not that we didn't want to, we just ran out of time.
That's how I was with Venom.
Yeah.
After I saw it in the theater, I tried to watch it at home, and I'm like, halfway through, I'm like, this is boring. Turn it off.
I did like the interaction with
Put on
him and
Big
Venom.
Bang.
That was fun.
Yeah, Tom Hardy was great.
Was it him doing the voice?
Yeah, he played both characters, and that was the best part of the movie.
It was not rewatchable at all.
That was
for
him
me.
doing the voice of Venom as
Yeah.
well? Oh, well, they must have put a lot of reverb on that or something because
Yeah.
it was very deep. And then he had his New York voice that he was doing the whole time.
I'm a reporter.
God, I fucking hated that voice. I remember when that fucking trailer came out, I said, God, I got such a fucking issue.
I did not want to see
Goddamn
that movie,
accent.
but I was surprised by how much I enjoyed the film. It's not great, but it was enjoyable.
There's a couple logic leaps in it.
I hated the villain, the Elon Musk.
Yes. Because he was underdeveloped.
Yeah.
I kind of like Predator better.
Ooh, shit.
Ooh, there's fighting words in this room.
I gotta say, they had Keegan-Michael Key in that. Thomas Jane.
Man, I mean, if you're giving me the choice, I think I'd rather go. What did they do? What did they call it when they stick the thing up your pee hole to like check for
Aretha Franklin?
Yes, I would think I'd rather
they
have
do not
that
call it
than go see the fucking Predator or the Predator again.
No, it was funny the second time.
Really?
We watched it at home.
Fuck. Don't mind me tonight, guys. I'm just really stunned by a lot of things. Kind of less speechless.
I mean, it's no Mary Poppins Returns, but
It's no Nickelback.
it's no Nickelback.
Right? God, that fucking Predator movie was so fucking terrible, and I was.
But there were funny moments in it.
I don't remember one of them.
Not on purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than when the fucking kid nuked that house.
That was good too.
I mean, the premise is funny.
hell, man.
Autistic kid fights predator, but
oh Jesus.
You're right.
Holy fucking shit.
It's a laugh riot.
Oh, fuck.
Don't you know that human evolution is going to lead us all to be autistic? That's what the X-Men movies are now about too. So, yeah, that Predator movie was terrible.
Agreed. It was not the best of the best. I still liked it better than Venom.
we haven't even
was
finished
more
Venom yet.
No, I watched it in the theaters.
Venom was heads over heels better than the Predator.
I didn't think so, dude. I found the funny stuff was not funny. It was all right. The fight at the end, the CG fight was kind of meh.
I'm fascinated by Chris.
Sometimes, right?
It's fascinating.
Like, you can't even be like, well, the story wasn't good. Like, you don't got anything that, like, I don't understand what you're...
I just found it fun. I didn't find Venom fun.
You found the Predator.
Yeah, it was fun. It was stupid, but it was fun.
Oh, it was definitely stupid.
Oh, I know.
It should have been called The Stupid Predator.
the only
that's
the
fine.
only fun fucking part of the Predator was when the scientist was giving Olivia Munn the fucking rundown.
Yes.
That was the best part of
Yeah.
the whole fucking movie,
And
and
that
that
was-
was in the fucking trailer.
Yeah, right?
So
The whole movie was just unwatchably bad.
Again, that's how I feel about
Well, for
Venom.
Christmas, we're all getting you a signed copy.
Do not get me the Venom. I'll take the Predator one, but
Well,
I could probably make that Predator thing happen.
I think you
Well,
should.
It's
any
the only
swap
request
meet
he
I'll
has
have
for a signed copy.
Somebody asked for a signed copy. Quick, get it out.
Right.
So going back to like now with what like, do you think Sony's long-term plan is going to work? Like, they are basically trying to start their own section of the MCU. Do you think that it's like Venom was big? Like it made a lot of money.
I heard they've talked of Carnage.
They have Carnage come in.
Carnage was the big teaser at the end.
I'm
of the
not happy
first
about the
one.
casting of that, but
How do you? I mean, he was fine. It's
he looked really old
Larry Flint?
yeah. He was like, "Her, I'm Carnage."
with a really bad red wig. I'd rather have like
Is
a
he still
mystery.
alive?
Woody Harrelson. It was Woody Harrelson. So, but look, here's my thing. I'm officially over like your bad puns as like taggers in movies. So it
When they let me go, it's
there'll
gonna
be carnage.
Wah,
Bum, bum,
wah.
bum.
That's how we got his name. Now we know how he got his name and how Solo got his last name.
Oh, come on.
So fucking painful.
Party of one, Solo.
It's like, oh look, they used
so
the
bad.
title of the song in the song. I fucking hate you so fucking much right now.
You mean like how Metallica has made 3 Unforgivens, and there's a lot of unforgiving going on in all of those
Yes.
songs, and you're like,
Can't forgive.
And I love that Unforgiven 2
Well, you
says
are
I'm Unforgiven 2 with O's. Like, that's the wrong 2, you jackass.
They made it work. But no, I think like they have what? They have a Craven movie coming.
yeah,
Craven the Hunter?
They
Oh.
canceled the Black and White, the Black Cat. They're gonna do it was Black Cat, and I forget who the other part of Black and White was, but they split it up into 2 movies. We're getting another Venom movie. That's happening for sure. We've only got 2 more Tom Holland MCU scheduled, but I'm sure they've got him signed on for movies after that he can fight against. I mean, look, Venom makes $1 billion. It made as much as Spider-Man Far From Home, or not Far From Home, as Homecoming made. So, I mean, there's something to be said about that. It was a big.
I think it's a fluke, dude.
You think it was a fluke?
Yep. I think Sony had lightning in a bottle, and
You're talking about a movie that no one wanted to see.
I don't know, dude. I think everybody loves the character of Venom.
But yeah,
They
but
loved they loved him in Spider-Man 3.
Who was excited after seeing the trailer and like the turd in the wind?
Turd in the wind.
It's like one of the final lines of the movie, but they use it in the trailer of like,
I know.
I'm gonna tear off your arms and legs, and you'll go down the street like a turd in the wind.
It's such a random line.
It is fucking weird.
It's a terrible line.
I don't know, dude. Maybe I'm just not. My finger's off the pulse. I don't get it. I don't understand why people like that movie so much.
Tom Holland, or not Tom Holland?
I almost feel like it was a fuck you to the critics, like just to spite them because they think they know so much. We're gonna go see it and like it, even though it wasn't.
Well, certain movies are critic proof, like the Fast and the Furious
I mean,
movies.
look, all that's great,
Jesus.
but while Sony is doing their thing, we definitely needed to talk about the new Hellboy trailer that came out.
All right.
So, first thoughts.
I think what's his name from Stranger.
David Arbor.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it makes a great Hellboy.
The look is definitely down.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess my question is why? Why couldn't we just have another Ron Perlman one?
I hear that there were difficulties with Del Toro. And also, Perlman's, 60 years old now?
Is he really 68?
I think he's up there, man.
Are you looking that up?
Listen,
right
man.
No.
He was the goddamn monkey in 2001.
now? No, he was not.
The fuck I am not fucking wrong on
He
this.
was the monkey in 2001?
He went from fucking doing Broadway to being the goddamn monkey in fucking 2001. Look it up. Look it up, dude.
How does one get that gig?
I
That's what
remember
wanna
watching
know.
a fucking interview with him when he was doing Beauty and the Beast in the fucking 80s.
All right.
You're right, dude. He was born in 1950.
Yeah. He's fucking not young, dude.
He had not a spring chicken.
So I think he just...
I still think he could do it though.
Well,
I mean, how demanding is it of a role? I mean, he ain't doing that.
I mean, look,
much.
they haven't done one since 2008, so it's been 10 years. I mean, I hope it does well because I love the character of Hellboy.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I wanted them to continue that incredible story that they had left me off with on the last one.
It definitely, at the end of the second one, it definitely left you fucking like wanting the third one.
You're like, I
Right.
want to see where this goes.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
My issue is the style looks exactly the same as what we've seen in the past. Like they nothing new stylistically.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Were you
not
gonna say more? Or is
I thought you were checking my levels and stuff.
no.
And then also
was
the
like-
makeup. Like Ron Perlman has that jaw, so it's the makeup. What didn't have to do as hard of a job. This one you could tell the guy's wearing a lot more makeup, like a chin strap and everything like that. And it doesn't look like he's having a good time in the makeup. It looks like he's in pain.
Well, I mean, he is Hellboy. He's not.
He's not Sunshine Boy.
No, well, that'd be fun. He's all sunshine. But I like the tone. I love all the actors that I've seen in the preview.
Yeah.
You know, I miss Abe. Like, I hope they figure out if this one does well, how to get Abe in the next one. But I don't know that we need Abe. We had 2 movies with Abe. So it's like we could, do away with her. I want it to be good. And I was promised that this one was going to deal more with sort of the creatures and the occult and like everything.
The H.P. Lovecraft kind of angle.
Yeah, and there are some really great shots in the preview, like where they were doing sort of their like, this is all the things that might show up in the movie, and I was like, all the creature stuff looked rad.
Yeah.
As long as it's not, like that's what the movie sequence is. Like, and Hellboy fought this and this and this, and here we are now, and I'm like, no, like what the hell? But I want to see all that, and I don't want it to be the Godzilla movie where it was like guest starring Godzilla in a movie about some
I don't
soldier.
think so. I think it's going to deliver. I have faith in it.
Okay,
I do.
Chris.
I did see a little. It looked like a little clip of what was the fucking the Nazi assassin? What was his name again?
Oh,
the
I don't
blades.
know.
Von.
I do not
something.
remember.
No,
It's been a while.
There
since
was
I've
a
read
point
those
towards
books.
the end of the trailer, dude, where it looks like you can fucking like you can see him wearing the fucking hat and it looked like some goggles and shit.
All right.
Oh,
I just
fuck.
hope they run across the Men in Black.
What do you guys think of the third Men in Black?
Fourth.
Fourth.
Or are we
Fourth
just
one.
are we all at the point now where as a society we agree Men in Black 2 did not happen? Is that what's?
The Johnny Knoxville one.
Because I'm okay with that. If we just want to have.
You know
that
what?
agreement.
Like we talked about it before, dude. Like, when that second one first came out, it was okay. But now you go back and watch
It's
it.
pretty hard to watch.
Well, the fucking CGI just did not age well. I mean, it is really fucking terrible. Now, the third one was great when they did that whole retro 60s fucking thing.
Right.
I love that. That was
And Josh
really cool.
Brolin is a great Tommy Lee
This
Jones.
fourth one, you're just like,
Well, it's got the Thor Ragnarok.
I was gonna
couple.
say, are you guys done filming Thor Ragnarok? Yeah, we got some free time.
Just throwing them
You,
suits over
yeah,
there.
come on, let's
It's
fucking
Valkyrie
roll
and
this
Thor.
shit, dude. So it took me a second to go, wait a minute, that's holy fucking shit, Dan. Oh, okay, I'm in though.
Well, and then it seems like a sequel of sorts to the third one because they brought in, I can't think of her name.
Helen Mirren or
Not Helen Mirren. Come on, why can't I think of her name? She was in the Harry Potter movies as the weirdo with the glasses and
Emma Thompson?
Emma Thompson, yeah, as the head of MIB, which she was in the third Men in Black movie. So I can only imagine we're not going to see Will Smith, but we might show up at the end. You never know. We might get that Will Smith cameo at the end.
No, you did not. Shoot that green shit at me. God damn it, dude. I'll lose it in the theater, dude.
Well, don't you feel like we're really like the movie you really want to see is you're like, I want to see Will Smith and Thor. I want to see Will Smith and Chris
Hell
Hemsworth
yes.
run around in a movie together.
Yes.
Like if they would have just made that, I would have been on board. Sign
Now,
me
what if
up.
they use the two of them for Wild Wild West, the reboot?
Oh, see, I'd watch that too. I'm
Yeah.
in. Giant Spider again. I'm fucking in. Sign me up. All that Will Smith stuff from the late 90s, early 2000s. It's like, it was a great time in cinema. That's all I'm saying.
It was a good time.
Like, it was like, let's just have fun. The movies are going to be a good time. They won't always make sense, but let's do it. And then everything, like, every reboot that you've gotten, like, dude, the new Independence Day that they did without Will Smith.
Terrible.
Just terrible. Terribly unwatchable.
Yeah.
They forgot what made those movies good. Like, completely, you know? And then now you're going to do Men in Black.
Like
and
Jurassic Park with Jeff Goldblum in court.
that was great.
Yeah.
The longest day in court because it opens up with him in court and ends with him like, this is a long ass day.
You know,
Have you been on jury duty, Mike? That's all I'm saying.
Jeff Goldblum, and I love him, but no, it just doesn't. Like Men in Black, obviously. Not Men in Black, I'm sorry. Independence Day. Just doesn't work without fucking Will Smith.
He's the movie.
He's the movie.
He is. Jeff Goldblum was just like a bonus.
Yes.
Like Hellboy
In it.
without Ron Perlman. You know what it smacks of to me? It smacks of the Ghostbusters reboot, where we have something that still holds up, and we're going to completely throw it all out and reboot with a new actor. I don't understand the need for it at this point. We don't need a reboot of this.
Well, first off,
just continue the shit and put David Arbor in there.
You understand the need, and the need is that they have an IP that's familiar, and they don't have to spend all the time. They don't have to do what just happened to Mortal Engines, where they spent all this time setting up this world, and people went, wait, so cities drive around eating other cities? That's dumb. I'm not going to go see that, regardless of whether the movie was good or not.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, man, I saw the fucking trailer for that one when it first came out, and I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, you and everybody else, apparently.
I don't know if I could get this, dude.
Yeah, that's
I
one of
just-
the biggest bombs.
Well, this is
probably
why
of
you
all
can't
time.
give Peter Jackson that much money. Just give him a little bit of money. He makes great stuff.
Was it a Peter Jackson
He
movie?
directed that.
produced it.
Oh,
Produced
man,
it.
I
Produced
fucking-
it. Sorry, he didn't direct it.
Oh, okay.
But he was Weta did all the special effects and everything for
Yeah.
it.
It looks great. It just looks like a weird concept that no one wants to
I
see.
did recently just go see Peter Jackson produced also it was a documentary film based on World War I. They took stock footage and ran it through their filters and computer systems and injected color into it and stuff like that.
So they colorized all of the scenes from World War, like the old video from World War One.
Yeah,
They had like lip readers, like were able to watch and analyze the footage to add in like the actual voices.
they threw in not a lot, just a little bit, little things here and there. It wasn't full dialogue and stuff. It was really very interesting. And
Was it a
they did
documentary?
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of starts from the beginning of the war
Uh-huh.
to the end. And
What was it called?
They Shall Never Grow Old.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, man, it was pretty fucking goddamn hardcore. But before I got to that part was Peter Jackson came on and talked about what they were doing with this, kind of explaining, the process and this and that. And Peter Jackson has turned into the Lord of the Ring. I mean, he is one of his characters now. he has the ring.
Yep.
The one ring.
And why do you say that?
Because he looks like a goddamn hobbit now, dude.
He's always looked like a hobbit.
I mean, he really looked like a fucking hobbit, dude.
Like
I
the
mean,
beard and the
well,
scraggly
there was
hair
something in the
and-
fucking eyes. There was this twinkle in the eye, and you go, that motherfucker's got the ring right
He's
now.
in the Shire.
He's got the ring.
Well,
He's got his hand in his pocket right now, and he's fiddle fucking with that ring, dude. I could see it in his eye.
it's kind of interesting though, because the more you start to think about Peter Jackson, the more you're like, it's starting to look more and more like the Lord of the Rings movies were sort of his, like, I hit this out of the ballpark, like so fucking far.
It's
like,
Lucas.
It's not.
I liked King Kong.
It was a.
I love
liked
King Kong.
dude.
That his version of the loneliest monkey was definitely it was definitely like about a sad lonely monkey, like you know. I look personally, I like the new King Kong that just came out a lot more. There was like, you know, action in it and not a fucking ice skating
I
monkey.
couldn't fucking. I saw that trailer and I was like, I just fucking couldn't.
You
I
haven't
couldn't-
seen it?
No.
Skull Island.
Steve, it's so much fun. It's
Terrible.
Yeah.
no, shut up. It's so much fun.
It's
It is-
pretty bad.
It is a shut up. It is so much fun.
Watch Predator instead.
No, shut up.
It's not that bad.
Jesus.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
he has John C.
Yeah.
Riley in it. Like,
It's like the whole movie, you get done and you're like, this is a B movie that they threw $200 million at, and it was a blast all the
Yeah.
way through. It literally felt like a movie that I would have watched from the 1960s with no budget, and I would have been like, this is great. But all of a sudden it's like, there's like giant monsters and
just like Peter Jackson's King Kong.
no, that
From
one,
the producers of The Room.
that one was like
In a world.
Peter,
In a world where
the Peter Jackson one, it was like there were elements of it that were fun, and then like the last half of it, I was like, man, this monkey sure is sad. He just is having a rough go of it today.
Dude, I was like bawling at the end.
Were you though?
Yeah.
Where it goes with the ice skating?
The
monkey?
ice skating and the missile comes over and you're like, no, they were gonna be happy together.
And I was like, thank fucking God, this monkey's finally dead. No, it was terrible.
It was a great movie. It's like literally like 8 seconds of that movie I hate, and that's a little slow motion weird stuff they do like in the middle of a couple scenes. But
I love it when you just even the original movie and nobody raises their hand to say maybe this is not a good idea to bring this monkey here.
This is where Jeff Goldblum should have been
Is
in
this-
the movie.
right?
This is possibly the mother of all bad ideas right now, but I just am always amused
You just
by that.
like named the entire Jurassic franchise just
Yes.
now. Every
Yeah.
single movie. is
Every
that.
fucking time they
and the
do
production
that goddamn
quality
movie.
now.
Right.
Is this not a good idea, guys?
Like really? We're gonna.
It's gonna be set in a house. The entire movie's in a house.
It's a dinosaur movie, right? Like, okay, I'm thrown off.
So, anyways, the
a
movie
big
that
house, though.
kind of started me on this was the They Shall Never Grow Old. I got to tell you, this is not a date movie, which my wife took me as a surprise kind of date movie.
And you were all,
Surprise, no one-
surprise.
Mustard gas is not an
Told me what we were
aphrodisiac.
seeing, and I was like, I looked at her, I was like, honey, do you know what you're getting us into? Right? Like,
there will
you
be
understand
tears, right?
like how absolutely brutal this fucking war was. And it fucking lived up to it. There were people who actually got up and left
Wow.
during mid-movie. Yeah, because they colorized some stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, like
So-
some of the blood and
Yeah.
shit that in black and
Yeah.
white. You're like,
That
that
was-
war wasn't so bad.
Exactly.
And then,
and then you know, they're just describing like, you know, the trenches and shit like that, and the conditions, the mud, and just how they just became these bogs of mud and bodies. And they talk of, and they also got into really like how young a lot of people were. And I'm not talking about like 18.
No.
I'm talking like fucking 13 signing up, right? Going on this big adventure. And they talk about this boy, man, slipping off a fucking board, falling into this, and just goodbye.
Drowning in mud
Yeah.
and remains.
And I think that was around the time that somebody got up and left. It was like-
and you look at your wife and you're like, I'm totally getting.
I was
some when
like,
we get
wow,
home,
like-
right?
right? Yeah, exactly. We're gonna fucking bang one out tonight, you know. So anybody out there is a great movie, but not date night movie.
No, not a date night. movie.
Not Avengers Endgame.
Oh yeah. Speaking of
Is that
that,
a transition right there?
I know. Steve,
little
Steve,
bit.
Steve He dropped his first segue in
Nice.
like Paul Blart over there. He was coming strong. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about it because that dropped a couple weeks ago, and we haven't podcasted since it happened. So what was everybody's thoughts?
I'm excited. I'm excited about everything tonight. I'm in for fucking everything.
I'm sure you can guess what I'm going to say.
Chris All didn't like it.
Cap shaved his beard.
We still haven't seen a fucking Black Widow movie. So I don't really know why we need to continue with this.
Nobody wants to see that anyways.
I don't feel like we got anything new.
Do you want anything new?
And it's Ant-Man's going to join the Avengers.
It is a preview for a movie, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
It's a second part.
It's a teaser.
Oh, okay.
Part 2.
Yeah, but it's
Don't we want to know like something about the movie?
No, I don't want to know anything. I was already mad that they showed me Ant-Man got out of the quantum realm. I
Yeah.
was like, well, how did that happen? What the hell?
Right. I mean, the way
Yeah.
they left us with the second movie, it was like,
Yeah.
They left Ant-Man and the Wasp. But like, how the fuck is he going to get out?
Look, I've officially like reached Steve level on my trailers. Like, if it's a new movie that I know nothing about, I'm all show me a little bit and like intrigue me. But if it's something that I'm waiting for, like, look, I don't really want to see a trailer for Episode 9 because I'm going to see it no matter what.
I don't want to spoil anything for you, but
Shit.
the Avengers fight in this new movie, and some of them are going to come back.
I don't want to spoil anything for you, but I already knew that, but I don't want
know.
the actual enjoyment of the plot spoiled for me.
Okay.
yeah, I hate it when they fucking kill it. Like they go, oh, look at this great scene. And you go, oh, that was a pinnacle point of the movie that I could have waited to see.
I don't know
in the
that they've
fucking
done
movie.
that.
I don't think they have.
But they
either.
could have
Not
given
yet.
us something. Give us a shot
Yeah,
at
I think they gave it real light.
Captain Marvel or something.
I wish movies would just give us the teaser and that's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they still got to sell them these days, and most people
But
are
cer-
not us.
But sir, for certain movies, people they're going to show up to these.
Well, you would have said that about Solo until that just came out. So,
Ooh, interesting point.
I mean, that they didn't. They actually waited to drop a trailer on that until February and put the movie out in May, and then people were like, "No, I'm not excited." So, I mean, there's something to the marketing. They fucking people know what they're doing.
That movie's okay.
Solo?
Yeah.
I love Solo.
It was all right. I don't love it, but it was all right.
I loved it. Mike didn't like it.
Lord Miller would have done a great job with it.
Thought Ron Howard's joint was fine. But
Ron Howard certainly had a joint in his hand when
Jesus.
making that movie.
Like, leave Solo alone, all right? Leave Britney alone, all right?
So I didn't feel like I mean, it was whatever. I liked the Deadpool version of it better. Have you seen that?
I have.
Where
have not
Deadpool
seen
was
that.
every character in it.
Yes.
Yeah. I felt like that gave me a little more information.
Did you see, Steve, where a Deadpool fan took the www.avengersendgame.com and had it point to the Deadpool Once Upon a Deadpool trailer?
Yeah, they
Oh.
bought it like years ago.
Oh, Jesus
And
Christ.
the guy as a fan set it up so like when you clicked on it as a link, he sent out a tweet and he's all Avengers Endgame and then sent out the tweet and then it went to the fucking Once Upon a Deadpool trailer.
These fucking guys, dude.
That's so brilliant.
I mean,
And he's like, somebody please buy my website. I'll sell it. Come on, Marvel.
shit.
I'll
Yeah.
give it to you for cheap.
they are-
right?
Dude, that's brilliant.
They are fucking, yeah.
Dude's
absolutely.
got mad balls, dude.
Yeah.
I just think that's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Oh, it was a stroke of genius. I mean, the movie's not anywhere close to opening. Why not do that?
I mean, dude, Endgame is right around the corner, actually.
Well, it's not till May.
That's right around
No,
the
it comes in
fucking corner.
April.
Oh.
It's like 4 months away.
Captain Marvel's when?
Captain Marvel is February?
Yeah.
And when's what's the other one?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's in August.
It's that far away?
We haven't
Yeah.
seen a trailer for that yet, though.
Yeah, but it's going to drop before Avengers comes out, which
Yeah.
I think is weird. So
Yeah, I mean the timelines on all these things.
Think they're
Are,
gonna do like Super Bowl?
I think so because
Probably.
Sony, I mean, it's a Sony movie, so Marvel doesn't want the trailer to come out before Avengers, but Sony's like, no. Like, we're going to put our big trailer out in like January, February. So, and I mean, people have already seen the trailer. I mean, look, we all know the movie's coming, so it's not like spoiler, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they still play some of these like kind of old school games.
Yeah. You mean
That
like
shit's dated.
Well, we saw the Mission Impossible Fallout on
Yeah.
digital, which was great, by the way.
it was?
Oh, I loved it.
Looked cool.
Dude, it was a lot
Oh,
of
you
fun.
got Henry Cavill.
But that Henry
was
Cavill
good.
mustache all through the movie, all I could think about was Justice League the whole
Right.
time. I was like, I sure do love that mustache. Let me tell you. Woo.
You like when he loads his fucking punches.
He
too.
cocks his arm.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, look, Henry Cavill was like probably my second favorite part of the movie. So, but the movie was definitely missing.
Well, I just like the surprise of like, oh, he's actually on the other side, and I'm like, they had that in the trailer,
right? And I was gonna say that earlier. Like that was a movie that the trailer I saw, the Mission Impossible Fallout trailer,
did a disservice to the movie.
Yeah, and I as I was watching it, I was like, oh, well, I already know that he's gonna be the bad guy because the trailer already spoiled that, and I already know where the big fight sequence at the end is gonna happen because the trailer spoiled that too.
Yeah.
Thanks, trailer.
Right.
It's like the Jurassic World trailer, The Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like someone analyzed the trailer, about like 95% of the movie scenes were seen in the trailer.
Dude, the fucking first Jurassic
World.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. Like all the major scenes were done in the goddamn trailers, dude.
Right.
I sat in that fucking movie going, holy shit.
Well, they had like
dude.
the
It was
final
like I
shot of the
wasted
T-Rex
12
and the
bucks,
freaking
dude.
lion from the second one. In the trailer.
Even the new owner of the park, he's flying around in
Yeah.
the helicopter, and I don't wait. I said, he's fucking dead. He's gonna crash that helicopter into the fucking dome. Let all the
I
fucking
know this.
pterodactyls
Thanks,
out.
trailer.
Fuck, dude. There was nothing surprising about that movie at all. I was
No.
like, oh boy.
I will say this about the Avengers trailer. I am actually excited to see what they do with Hawkeye. Because they built it up like
Said
he's
no
gonna,
one ever.
They built it up like he's gonna go batshit crazy because his family's dead. Like that would be interesting to me.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like he went full vigilante. there.
Right.
I'm okay with
Was
that.
fucking killing fucking yakuza or something in the streets. I'm
Yeah,
cool with
dude.
that. Yeah, I'm
But I
cool with
mean,
that.
him and Scarlet Black Widow. Thank you, Scarlett Johansson can get together and be useless
Johansson.
against fucking Thanos. They're like, Thor, throw your magical hammer, and Hawkeye, shoot an arrow. It's all pew pew.
Well, we saw how
You're
Hulk.
one of those ones that split into 2 or 3.
Wait a minute. We saw Hulk fight Thanos in the beginning of that
And
movie.
lose.
And then we see Captain America hold back his fist.
That's because Captain America's badass.
I've been saying
So
that
Captain
since day
America
one.
is stronger than the Hulk
when he has willpower. So
when he has the power of
Dude.
truth, justice, and the American
You
way.
know why?
He
'Cause-
picked up the hammer a little bit. Hulk
Well,
couldn't do that.
When he had this time off in between the Civil War and here, he read The Secret.
It's
and
the
he
beard.
He was like, if I speak it into existence,
If I will it, it will happen.
Yes, exactly. And he's like, no, Thanos.
No.
So I'm good enough. I'm smart enough.
And God damn it, people like me.
Language.
Good times. All right. So I mean, like we're all gonna see Endgame, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Fuck, dude.
I love the first half.
Look, I'm okay going, hey, look, there were some interesting shots in the trailer. Tony Stark in space dying, Thor looking sad. Although I was really looking forward to Thor and Rocket Raccoon like transversing the universe as buddies, you know?
Dude, I really hope they kill off Tony Stark in space.
Can we talk about
That would be great.
Can we talk about how a Men in Black sequel would be better with Chris Hemsworth and Rocket Raccoon as the two Men in Black people?
Maybe that's our Guardians 3.
I'm in.
It could happen.
Sign me up, dude.
I mean, he's an alien. Why not?
Dude, that would be great.
That would be dope.
Like you
I'm
get,
in.
I'm serious. Like Guardians 3, like you don't need to go get what's his face back,
Drax.
who's
Drax is
causing a
done,
stink. You don't need to get Gamora back with the whole, how they killed her off and this and that. You don't need to rewrite that. Just like Rocket Raccoon and Groot and Thor.
Well, you gotta have Star-Lord. Gotta have Star Prince, dude. He's the best. Why are you looking at me? It's a podcast. The audience can't see you staring at me blankly. So,
My silence speaks for itself.
okay. So let's get away from Endgame because like there's nothing new about that. We're all excited about that. But we did get some great Star Wars news this week. So as far as that goes,
The holiday special is being re-aired.
there was actually a documentary that came out on the holiday special.
Well,
Did anybody else see that?
It was very short.
It was, but it was still interesting
Yeah.
nonetheless.
Yeah.
So
There wasn't a lot of
everybody's
new info.
fascinated by that thing these days, dude.
that's because it's like how the
It's a
like
garbage fire.
nobody understands. Like you look at like how like big companies protect their IPs nowadays,
Yeah.
and nobody
That's
would do
why.
that. Nobody would put something like nobody would get Captain America and Iron Man and
They-
Black Widow and be like, let's do a holiday special
With the world's worst budget.
about
That's the-
about
as-
Groot's home planet.
It's the Coke generation,
as
dude.
popular as it was then, I do not think that they had any idea then that it would still be what it is today.
I agree with that 100%.
I don't think they thought it would last to a second movie. That's why they did it.
Well, no,
They
they
put
did
that
it,
out in between because they knew the next movie wasn't coming for a while.
but they did that because it was so popular, and they were
Right.
like, we need to monetize this a little more.
We need something to give them that's new.
Yeah. But that shit's unwatchable. Who in this room has actually
there was-
ever watched the holiday
even-
special?
I
Even,
couldn't, dude. I watched about half.
There was something that Mark Hamill did where he went on some fucking German
Yes.
fucking show or something like that. He's wearing like some fucking like sparkly fucking gown or something like
Right.
that. And he talked to him about it now. He goes, dude, I never thought that anybody would ever see this again. If you would have told me then that one day you'd have something like YouTube,
I would never have worn that
I would
outfit.
never have done that.
Right.
You know, so I mean, you know, there's. I think it was just kind of one of those things that they just didn't ever think they would.
They were all on coke, dude.
That too. Cocaine
the
was
70s,
very,
but-
very fucking popular then.
I'm just
More
saying
so,
that
probably.
the quote-unquote script writer for the Star Wars Holiday Special was obviously listening to Pink Floyd, obviously listening to Dark Side of the Moon.
Didn't he do like a bunch of really good shit?
I don't know, dude, but all I'm saying is that whoever fucking wrote that and put that together, they opened up the quote-unquote special with the Wookiees growling at each other
Having a sitcom scene with
for
Wookiees
9 minutes uninterrupted. And I can only imagine having like just watched Star Wars Episode 4 in the movie theaters, and you fucking flip this thing on, and there's little fucking Chaka or whatever his name was, like growling at like Dipsy and the fucking pervert dad, and it's like you're like, what the fuck am I watching?
Fucking, yeah.
You keep waiting for it to start.
And then they do like they show a clip of Darth Vader, and you're like, that looked a lot like the clip from the movie.
Right.
Did they just reuse footage? And why is Luke Skywalker bronzed? Like, I'm so confused.
Apparently, Bruce Valanche wrote that.
What?
Bruce Valanche wrote the Halloween or the holiday special.
Oh, good lord. I don't even.
Bruce fucking Valanche.
Have you ever?
Circle gets the square.
So
There's your answer.
There's a great moment in the Star Wars Holiday Special where Chewie and Han are being chased by Star Destroyers because they reused footage from Star Wars.
Yeah.
And Chewie gets up to flip a switch, and the fucking wall shakes because it's so wooden.
Yeah.
Like, it is literally like somebody put up a theater flat, threw some like switches on it, and he like hits it, and the wall's all, and you're like, that is not the Millennium Falcon. How dare you, sir?
I just love how Harrison Ford's acting in that special, because it's just very clear of like,
Why am I here?
I'm fucking here, and okay.
All right, Chewie, hit the
Meanwhile, like
hyperdrive.
Mark Hamill's like acting his ass off.
Carrie Fisher's doing a solo about Wookiee Life Day.
Oh my god.
Look,
yeah.
I know we've talked about the Star Wars Holiday Special before, but there are some definite tertiary Star Wars stuff that, like, from our youth, that I mean, those Ewok movies are just equally
Those are fucking
unwatchable.
garbage.
Battle for Endor is good.
No.
Better than Rogue One.
No.
Oh, God.
What is
damn.
wrong? Who are you?
It says Chris. It says Chris of all people, Mike.
Better than Rogue One. Rogue One was one of the fucking best Star Wars movies they've done in 10 years.
Bob.
Is that
Bottom of
like
the
one of
list.
those when you like being a provocateur?
Seriously, are you fucking with me right now?
I hate Rogue One.
Just so you know, Disney's never going to hire you now. You and James Gunn are out. Thanks to
yeah.
that.
my
seriously.
MySpace feed.
At this point, I'd hire James Gunn over you. Like,
So provocative.
wow.
So we did get, on a side note, back to this fun Star Wars stuff that is coming, we did get a preview of Star Wars Land.
Galaxy's Edge.
And all of the scripts have
Kind
been
of.
written by Bruce Valanche. It's amazing.
I mean, we
You know,
saw,
he
we
did
saw
such a
a
good
lot
job.
of footage from the movies.
We did, but we got a few moments of
the ride
rides.
vehicles and
I am excited to see that the Millennium Falcon ride has a cockpit holding
six
six.
six people. So if you thought the fucking line for Star Tours was long,
right? Like,
Well, they have a lot of cockpits on a carousel.
this will be your day.
I'm intrigued at how. I mean, they've got to be smart. They're gonna push riders per hour. Like they have to have
yeah,
designed
the
it. with-
capacity's not amazing. It's not Pirates of the Caribbean level, but it's pretty good. Like they have 2 double carousels. It's actually they built the ride twice. And each ride has its own 2 carousels full of like I don't want to say 8 cockpits.
Well, really, they're not going to have to worry about it because they're going to make it so fucking expensive to get in the goddamn park. You know, you gotta
well,
weed out the.
you'll be at $1.50,
You're gonna
dude,
you're
I
gonna
guarantee
fucking
it.
weed out the riffraff. All those people were like,
It'll still have like a 6 to 8 hour line.
you know,
that first. Like, I'm not going the first.
all you
summer.
Stargate SG1 people, you don't have enough money to go to this. If you're a fan of Babylon 5,
Stay home.
you're fucking. You
Stay
might as well
home.
just go to Knott's Berry Farm.
Right.
All right.
Castle Park is calling you.
Yeah. So you need to be a fucking hardcore fucking Star Wars person, and I know a few. They're gonna have every one of them motherfuckers.
They're going to serve
popcorn
alcohol in the
buckets.
park now.
At Disneyland?
Yep, in the
Yeah,
cantina.
there's people who.
They already serve alcohol at the park.
Not in Disneyland.
At Club 33, you can get alcohol.
yeah, but it's not part of the general
Yeah,
park.
but you are not part of that club.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I haven't been. I'm just saying,
But you'll actually be able to drink in the park.
that's cool.
But people were kind of making a fit about that. I was like, you know what? After I spent that kind of money,
I need a fucking shot.
I need a shot.
You know what? I want to get a glass of wine or a cocktail at freaking Blue Bayou or something like that.
That'd be great.
Get
It
my,
should've been
my
that, like-
$40, meal with a Diet Coke.
Right. But, I mean, so we got 2 rides coming. We have that, and then there's... They both seem to be
Rise
dark.
of the Resistance.
They both seem to be dark rides, though. It's like more Star Tours.
No, one is an actual like dark ride with set pieces and multi-level and things like that, using screens and animatronics. And the
And
other
that's the Rise of the Resistance one.
that's Rise of the
Right.
Resistance. And then the other one is more of just a motion-based simulator.
So the Rise of the Resistance one's going to be kind of like Harry Potter, where you probably are like walking through or driving through in a cart of some sort.
You start off in Batu, which is the actual area that the new Star Wars area they created.
Right.
So you're there, and you take a shuttle up to fight the First Order. So that's part of the line is you take a shuttle up, and then you get captured by the First Order on the ship, and then the ride basically starts when they're trying to get you to the break or something like that.
Okay.
At first they had like a whole Ewok plan, but then they rethought it. They said, dude, these Care Bears are fucking whacked out on fucking meth. They're fucking trying to fucking eat people.
Right.
Princess Leia comes out, right, wearing a fucking dress.
Where'd they get that dress from, right?
They ate the last bitch who was fucking wearing that fucking dress, dude.
That's why you never see her back, because if
Yeah.
she turns around, there's a giant blood stain on the back.
Yeah, those fucking things are nasty.
I agree.
So they scrapped that whole. They didn't think it was very friendly.
Well, no, they were going to do a coaster though with the
So-
Ewoks.
Were they really?
Yeah, back when it was originally going to take over this other half of Tomorrowland. Because the idea was basically they'd take out the submarine lagoon, the Autopia, things like that, and basically they had to build Star Wars Land to take up that area. So you kind of have this kind of Harry Potter world in Florida, which is kind of an extension of the Lost Continent land.
Sure.
So that was the original idea, was basically having Tomorrowland morph into Star Wars Land with an Ewok
Wouldn't it be cool if
coaster.
it was like a roller coaster and like Ewoks are swinging in?
Like throwing shit at you?
Yeah, like fucking thing.
logs and
Yeah, it'd be fucking cool, man. And you could like fight back and hit the fucking things like a pinata.
and then they'd sing that little
that.
song at the end when you like
Right,
you're
the fucking
deboarding.
the nub
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 Nub.
song.
And you're like, didn't we
Yeah.
start this trip with 8 people? Like, why
Right.
is there only 5 of us?
Yeah.
That was that guy. He's pounding on that guy's
It's
hat.
the next evolution of interactive.
There's someone like roasting on the spit with a little Mickey Mouse
Right,
ears.
dude.
Here's my question: what are they going to do with Star Tours? Are they just going to leave it on that side of the park?
I hope that shit shuts down
No. Why?
because it just seems so weird to have a Star Tours ride and Star Wars Land so completely separate. Like in Florida, they're right next door to each other, so it makes more sense to kind of keep it. But with Disneyland, it's like it's across the park.
Dude, Star Tours is
They
not
may
going to be
relocate
less
it.
popular.
They're not going to relocate that.
It's a freaking movie screen.
Yeah, but you know how much money that costs to relocate it?
Not nearly as much as building a new ride.
What do they got to do? Fucking sell like 5 more churros?
Right, seriously.
I mean, Disney.
that can't cost that much to move a
I know,
freaking movie screen it's not a ride.
But it's not just one movie screen.
okay.
And that building is built custom for those 7.
It's sunk down as well. It's not flat. Like, you know
Okay.
how far down you go.
What they'll probably do is turn
They'll
it into a
just
different
print some
motion
more
simulator.
money. It's all good.
Well, they have Disney needs to save their money for the space colonization effort that they've been putting forth. So
Well, they already have another Star Tours ride in Hong Kong, which is based on Iron Man. So it's like the exact same ride vehicle, the exact same layout, but it's basically like it's Iron Man based.
yeah, but we're already getting the Marvel stuff over in California.
Yeah, but I'm
Adventure.
saying like they could easily take that ride that exists there and just
That'd be
retheme
fucking
it to
cool.
something else.
redo it. Don't they fucking own Alien now?
yeah,
They're not going to put that in Star Wars.
they actually
almost did.
It would be fucking Alien.
Alien?
That would be the first
You know what?
shooter
The
ride ever
simulator,
created.
the simulator would be when fucking Sigourney Weaver fucking breaks into the fucking plant. Get the fucking Marines out. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it'd be fucking cool, dude. And when
No
you fucking
way.
first go in, dude, you're like a big old fucking alien fucking queen and shit.
Too many
dude.
kids,
And
dude.
we
We
almost
almost
face huggers on
they had it in Florida.
motherfuckers, dude.
The alien encounter in Florida was built based on Disneyland's idea
And, like-
of having an alien attraction.
Doing that scream.
That's
You
what
can
Michael-
look it up
dude.
online, and apparently it was like the scariest. It like scared the shit out of people.
I
so-
loved it. I went to the Florida one.
They shut it
Wow.
down, but it's like if you look online, there are YouTube videos of it still, and it's actually looked pretty dope.
I'd fucking go to that.
Yeah, amen on that, dude.
You can
Yeah, I see that at Universal Studios or
keep
something.
your fucking Ewoks.
No,
over
man,
there.
Disney, they're gonna keep all their IP now.
Plus, they had Alien in their great movie ride too in Florida. When you rode through all the great movies of the past, they had an alien section where the xenomorphs would attack you.
nice. See, I'd
Be
maybe
all
see
like
that.
steamy in there and shit, and fucking people fucking embedded in the fucking walls.
Think about the guy, like he'd be all, he's all like, "Hey, how's everybody doing
Oh,
there? Welcome to
fuck
Alien
yes,
Ride."
The
dude.
baby alien could come out and go, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling."
Yeah. And then you get to like the last one, it's the chick, and she's like, "Kill me."
Kill me. And they're like, do I kill you? And she's like, kill me. The deals are so good down at the Rocket Burger Shop.
God damn, dude. That'd be the greatest goddamn fucking Disneyland. Holy shit. Kids would just be fucking crying. Fucking,
I think
like,
you're missing the point.
the fucking,
I think you're at the wrong bar.
Holy shit, dude. That'd be so fucking
It's
goddamn
the scariest
epic.
place on earth.
Like,
I'm kind of with Steve on this one, though.
That's what they Disney jail for the bad kids.
You
They
keep
send
your
them over
fucking
there.
haunted mansion and pirate fucking ride. And they did kind of push the envelope a little bit with the Indiana Jones. I mean, the goddamn wall of skulls and shit.
You know what, Jimmy? You quit your goddamn complaining, or I'm taking you to that motherfucking alien
Give me
ride.
the fucking alien ride so you can survive through that fucking
Strap you down.
It's no longer we're going home. We're going to aliens.
Fucking so cool.
I don't want to go to. Shut up, Jimmy. So, all right, and then we also got some Mandalorian news this week.
Yeah, big news. I'm excited.
We heard that 2 of our favorite bounty hunters are going to show up in the series, which is Bandage Man and
That's fucking Dengar.
the human vibrator.
And lizard ribbed head guy.
No, it's not that guy.
He's not in there?
Well, they said Bosk. There was a
I heard
chance.
what I heard was all the bounty hunters.
I heard 2 specifically.
Oh,
that They
okay.
confirmed that.
I saw a picture of IG-88.
The contracts are still out for the other ones.
So yeah, the pic of IG-88 is out there.
it looks great.
Looks rad.
Is that vibrator guy?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
the assassin droid. So.
Yep.
But I mean, look, this show, we're gonna get this show next year. It's coming. Like,
Well, you are.
yeah, because you know why? Because I'm not a bitch and I can afford the $9.99 a month.
I
that
can afford
Disney-
it just
Disney
fine.
Plus.
I'm just not doing it.
Why not?
Fuck Disney and their stupid service.
He's gonna fucking miss out on some greatness.
That's okay, because they're fucking up Netflix's series of shows. Fuck them.
Fucking, you need to get yourself a fucking yellow vest and just join the fucking march.
In France?
Yeah, like we can take this fucking shit, or you're fucking Disney.
Fuck you,
fucking-
Disney.
Yeah.
Chris is like,
I
I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore.
I'm telling you, I'm not buying all these fucking services. They can shampoo my crotch. Fuck them.
How many do you pay for now?
One.
Wait, hold on, real quick.
Yeah,
Hold on, Steve. How many video on demand movies have you
Oh,
bought,
remember
Chris?
that?
How many?
Yeah.
How many do you think over the years you have purchased?
But I own them.
Yeah, but how many of them do you have currently? Would you estimate?
I don't know.
Like more than 5?
Yeah,
How about this? Do you purchase more video on demand than 12 per year?
probably.
And how much do those cost?
I don't.
How much do those cost?
Fuck off.
I'm just saying.
We got some fucking movie pass fucking math going on right now.
Yeah.
Like the man is complaining about a service that
It's
is literally
not-
going to cost you $120 a year.
The
He's
money
trying not
is
to
not
support
the issue.
The Wayland Corporation.
It's not at all about the money. It's the fact that they are creating something that doesn't need to be there.
Cyberdyne Industries.
Right.
I disagree. I think it does need to be there.
They have enough of their own
already-
content that they want to basically like stop giving it to Netflix to make money off of.
Yeah.
It's not they're not giving anybody anything.
Well, they
they're still
license
making
it,
money off
But they're going to
of
make more money.
Yeah, they can run their own shop now.
Think about it. You'll have all the Disney movies, and not the crappy ones you get on like Lilo and Stitch 2 and all this other stuff you get on Netflix.
I would love to have the original Disney Channel fucking cartoons from the 80s. Remember Disney Channel in the 80s?
Yeah.
I want that old Mickey Mouse crap. I want to see that on the fucking lineup.
Why not? Why
Because
wouldn't
as
they
of
put it
right
out there?
now, I mean, you can't find that fucking shit.
I just gotta find. You gotta go to 4chan or Reddit. The dark.
I
space.
can't go to those fucking places, Ron.
You know Steve will never come
Fuck
out.
me. It is the rabbit hole of fucking darkness.
I
dude.
agree,
It is
1,000%.
Watership fucking down.
That movie's on Netflix now.
Fuck that goddamn fucking fuck that movie and fuck the motherfucking remake. I ain't seeing it. Fuck that shit. Gave me goddamn nightmares as a fucking child.
I can tell
I ain't
PTSD.
even fucking playing, dude.
Fucking buddies are hardcore.
Dude,
Fuck.
you just made the dad from Christmas Story blush with that
Holy
tirade.
crap, dude! I saw they remade that thing and I just fucking turned it.
Why?
Like,
Why
nope.
was that one?
Watership Down? You don't
Yeah.
remember
That movie's
It's like
brutal.
rabbits, right?
I was like fucking.
But they get like eaten
6
by
or
animals
something.
and they
Yeah.
get drowned
They're just
and
shredding each other with these
Okay.
fucking claws, and then at the end, that fucking death rabbit, the shadow bounce like, "Come, join me, motherfucker. It's okay." It's like, "Oh, finally, I'm gonna die." Oh, fuck that goddamn cartoon gave me nightmares. For
I thought that
years.
would be like that's like right up your alley though.
Seriously?
Not when I was fucking 6, yo. My parents were like, "Oh, it's a cartoon. Let them watch it."
It explains so much.
So fucking, dude. So
But
fuck
as
me
an
up.
adult, like, don't I would think that that's like right. You're
Our
like,
good
yes.
friend Ed used to draw little fucking pictures of it and leave it all over the fucking house for me. Like
It scared the shit out of you.
Fuck you and your artwork, yo.
That I'm so intrigued.
Yeah, it was fucked
So
up.
now you know how I feel at every PG-13 horror movie I go to.
I gotta get up and walk around.
Dude, I had to get up during Merry Poppins today. It was very tense in a moment. They were like singing with dolphins and some shit. I'm like, nah, this is too much. I need more popcorn.
I saw a little bit of her ankle.
All right, let's wrap it up right there, you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Our odd December episode.
Yes. We're,
All 20 of you that are still listening, we appreciate it very much. So, once again, you guys, I'm Miles Morales.
I'm really excited to see everything that's coming out.
I'm a sad monkey ice skating.
I'm all in on the Disney streaming service.
And we hope you guys are having a nerd life crisis. Music for the Nerd Life Crisis podcast is provided by Big Papa and the TCB. All music available at bptcb.com or at iTunes. The Nerd Life Crisis is recorded at the Inland Blue Studios. Make sure to subscribe to the Nerd Life Crisis at iTunes and like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Nerd Life Crisis.